But it could be pretty tough to actually locate a Zeri who's sitting behind all that front line. Zeri now has a Tarek support as well coming in from SS Friendship, and Ares is playing a Mordekaiser, so he can isolate one of the champions that is trying to dive the Zeri.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Yeah, this defensive approach from slashPause just ended up in a trade of vision across all sides. Now FMB have pretty good information as to where Chop the Farmer could be starting first. They will probably assume it's going to be red buff instead of blue buff. Nuts against Martin Juicer King here, trading quite aggressively level 1. Not scared of a Renekton. It is possible to trade back. Gotta approach the matter intelligently. Don't go for anything really aggressive once Renekton actually has somewhere around 50 Fury. That's when things get really scary, but for now, Nuts is actually managing this quite well. Good trade from Ares on the top side of the map. And we see the first gank from Sazim onto mid. The stun combo forces out the flash. And this is the kind of lane combination that can be very difficult to deal with for pretty much anyone. But especially for a melee champion, who has to walk up a little bit further down the lane just to interact with the opponent, just to clear the minions. Can be a bit of a challenge. slashPause getting the first crash in the bot lane. Don't expect anything crazy to happen down there. I mean, even if Blitzcrank does hook someone in, Azir's burst rotation is not the best at this point in time. Now a response gank attempt from Chop the Farmer trying to get something back here. Didn't quite work out for them. Nuss tries to force a 2v2, but it's not going to be favorable for slashPause here, I don't think. This Galio should just fall. It is a possession here from Sazim as he tries to continue the fight. He is going to disengage from it all. He's going to try and stay alive. Now Martin Juicer jumping in nicely, gets just enough fury to get the empowered Ruthless Predator, and that results in another kill for FMB. But now there's a 2v2 fight. In the bot lane, slashPause tries to force the issue, but instead it's FMB getting all the kills. And now Vizeri is left all alone in the fight, and there's not enough juice left in the tank to even secure the kill onto the Blitzcrank. So it's 4 kills on the board, 3 kills in quick succession for FMB. This early game going exactly as they wanted it to. Christian Simeone getting any kind of kills before 10 minutes even. Before he even gets to, you know, use his Emperor's Divide at all. Like, that alone is pretty big. So Viego, another carry champion that could potentially take over a game, also getting a nice influx of gold this early into the game. Now I think it's up to slashPause to recognize that fights like these carry a lot of risk, and they're not exactly a team that has a lot of damage to fight back in these skirmishes. I mean, I assume Galio will build some ability power, but all in all, they are very much reliant on Zeri to put out all that damage as we approach to the mid-game portion of the game, the late-game portions especially. Any kind of skirmishes early will definitely favor FMB. It's Cargilly looking for a move inside of mid. Both parties have level 6 in the mid lane. But when it comes to a 1v1 situation, it's definitely Renekton's ultimate that is the more impactful one. Hero's entrance pretty much used only for setup or only to peel from the enemy team. Ares doing a good job down topside. Gragas does not have any MR just yet. He's mostly just trying to take whatever minions he can. The poke is not exactly sticking on this Mordekaiser. He can heal some of the damage he takes back up. He also is probably running Dorn Shield in second wind. As I say that, Nuss goes for a trade, but as we all know, Renekton really strong in the 1v1. Even though he was low on health there, I think Nuts had to respect the possibility of the 1v1 kill, as FMB now trying to gank the Zeri, who's already flashless. But Christian Simeone does not have his scoop yet. No Emperor's Divide to try and assist with that one. Nuts goes for another trade, and this time he gets his kill. Martin Juicer King staying a little bit too long in the lane, only maybe 400 health or so. That was more than enough. The Galio's rotation may not be the most damaging, but with Ignite, it is enough to secure the kill there. Now Christian Simeone has level 6. Can they scoop Vateric as the rocket grab comes in? Yes, they can, and it's just a clean, easy, clean kill in a 2v2. Chop the Farmer was there in the tri-bush, but he appeared too late to try and help. We'll see what happens with this next dragon. Chop the Farmer decides to go in and try something anyway, but don't think anything can be done in this spot. Lightning Crash available for Zeri, but I think they will try to just save resources for this potential dragon. Still have yet to see what happens here on this first dragon timer. No team all that interested in trying to get it. FMB got the first Void Grubs of the game. And they very well could get the next one as well. Although Ares is very strong down topside, and he is torturing the Gragas here. Already a 30 CS lead, pretty much pushing every wave. Just getting the harass on top of that. Not a lot that can be done in a situation like this. The Gragas, even if he tries to go in, he still faces the risk of just taking a lot of damage in return. with the Mordekaiser rotation. Gragas may have the phase rush, but I don't think that's enough at this point. So now we're gonna have a trade of Grubs for Dragon. FMB got the push in the bot lane. They have their jungler close by. They will secure the first dragon of the game. This makes a lot of sense. Your bot lane is strong. You have the push. slashPause not really able to contest, even if they wanted to. Stacking dragons against his team is what you want. Sazam, he matches the flash of Nuts on this Galio, and he takes another kill. Chasm recognizing that a lot of his action would happen across mid lane because of this melee versus melee matchup. Renekton wants to trade aggressively. And Galio will naturally push the wave with his abilities. So opportunities just like that can arise, and yeah, it was up to FMB to try and take advantage, and that they did. Already a pretty sizable gold lead this early into the game. It would perhaps be even higher if not for this top lane differential that's happening. Ares doing whatever he can. He has an XP lead. He has a really big CS lead. Okay, here comes Cosmic Radiance from Viteric. SS Friendship flashes in but does not get the stun. Emperor's Divide diffuses the situation. And I think slashPause just was way too telegraphed on the approach. Sejuani was not even able to throw out Glacial Prison to try and start things off here. And also, even if this gank did, you know, take place, Diego was right there to try and counter gank, so I don't think it would end very well for slashPause. All things considered, I think slashPause here do not have to fret just yet. Missouri's not that far behind, but they still have to make sure that she continues to farm up, continues to scale past the laning phase. There is some pressure coming in from the Blitzcrank and the Azir. Argilly gets another grab in, but it's onto Viteric. That's not going to be a lot of damage. Just now there's a 1v1 in the top lane. Ares pulling the trigger on the ultimate. But Death Realm, Gragas manages to escape from, but he had to burn his flash in the process. With this Rylai's Crystal Scepter, it's really, really hard to get away from the Mordekaiser as a melee champion. It just creates a situation where Gragas is not really allowed to go in. This creates too much of a risk right now. Argilly pushing aggressively, still looking for hooks. If he can land one onto Zeri, that could be the start of something big. It's not going to come just yet. Now Sazam comes in with a gank. They just go onto SS Friendship. They recognize that they have more than enough damage to secure his kill, even if it's not the Zeri. And Diego gets another one on the board. Already has the Kraken Slayer and components for the Trinity Force, so he's way above the default tempo for a jungler right now when it comes to item completions. And now Spore's potentially in a lot of trouble, trying to just clear the wave as best she can, but this dive from FMB was inevitable. The assistance does not come in time from slashPause. They do not protect their bot laner. And Christian Simeone just scaling with impunity here. Already has the Nashers as well. Everything just coming up. Trumps for FMB right now. Nothing to really complain about for this team. slashPause's top laner is still very much ahead, but later on, it's, you know, the real threat is Azir that you have to worry about, and I don't think Mordekaiser is really equipped to fight the Azir unless, you know, he gets some kind of flank maneuver on him, tries to surprise him somewhere. I just don't think how these fights are going to play out. It's still Viseria, but slashPause will be reliant on to carry the team fights. Chop the Farmer looking for a Glacial Prison, but it just barely whiffs. And now, Chop the Farmer walking in too far forward, he's going to get grabbed. But Cosmic Radiance nicely saves the situation for them, and it might even give them a kill. It's very good that Spores gets that one. That does accelerate Viseria. And slashPause, they just need as much time as they can get. Put Viseria down mid, just let her have any minion wave she wants. Maybe some jungle camps as well. You know, it's not like Sejuani is a champion that is very resource hungry. SS Friendship's still looking for stuns, but these stuns are not the hardest to dodge for any competent player. It's pretty hard for Taric to surprise a ranged champion with this stun. Need some wind-up time. Oh, what a grab from Cargilly. That forces out the splash from SS Friendship. Yeah, when it comes to just making individual picks, it's the FMB support that has the better tools for it. Martin Juicer King may just fall to the Ignite, and he does so again. That's 2 solo kills for Vicalio in the Renekton matchup. May not have armor, but he still manages to get the kills, and now Spores left all alone in the mid lane. FMB just jump on her and get another kill for Christian. I wouldn't say it's falling apart, but it's not the best situations for slashPause. Now they try to punish Christian Simeone. But, yeah, without Glacial Prison... Well, actually there was a Glacial Prison, but... it felt like there was not enough damage to actually try and secure the kill. Christian was already pretty much protected by his tower. And it just feels like we're going to see more of this all the time. Christian Simeone just planted down mid, not allowing for any kind of push to happen, clearing all of these minion waves instantly. Martin Juicer King in the side lane may get punished once again, but now we see another rocket grab land from Cargilly, and Christian Simeone is just getting handed kills on a silver platter here. Now a 2v2 will be on the cards as FMB pull their teleport, and there's another teleport from the Azir as well. They just blow everything to try and kill the jungler. Can they do so? Chop the Farmer. Only maybe 500 health left. And it's Cargilly who actually secures that one with his Q. Does this result in a tier 2 down bot lane? That's the question. FMB seemed convinced that, you know, there is a chance to keep things going here, but Galio's wave clear with this AP build is on point. But at the same time, we see FMB putting their jungler in the side lane. you know, that is the thing that you can do. On a carry jungler like the Viego, who does appreciate the extra gold, it is an option that you have. If you don't feel like the Gragas needs that many resources, that is just a trade that you can make. Now Fool may just be the next one that gets punished. Spore Pop's Ghost. She really wants this kill to try and accelerate herself towards the mid game. And that is kill number 2. But FMB don't want to leave this without a response. Christian Simeone is still pushing down mid. Now slashPause potentially forcing out a response from FMB. How do they want to approach this one? Sazin potentially looking at the flank. But instead they will decide to just play this one safe, actually. They will not approach the dragon. They did not feel like they had the angle to make this fight happen. Taric still had Cosmic Radiance. It did feel like, you know, slashPause, they had the tools to actually fight back here, so FMB just coming in with the mindset that, you know, if you don't want to give them extra gold, if you can help it, and taking that fight could have potentially done just that. Because now slashPause once again onto mid, but they're just not going to find the target that we're looking for. And now Rocket Grab onto Taric once again, as his Friendship brought down to less than 50% health there. Just with a few auto attacks in the queue. FMB just have full control of mid at all times. They're getting pushed in, and it feels like just a matter of time before this mid lane tower goes down, but now slashPause finally wants to do something about it. The teleport comes out from the Renekton. He comes in here, tries to help his team, goes onto the Galio. They will just be able to burst him down, but it's going to be a trade of kills. Now Sazam on the flank will try to assassinate the Zeri, but Cosmic Radiance, I think it's still up. slashPause wants to fight this, but the health bars on FMB are quite high still. There's not a lot of damage left on the table. Mordekaiser will not be able to get even a single kill here. FMB feeling very confident, trying to push this fight forward, and another Heartbreaker from the Viego. Spores just barely manages to dodge the stun, but it will not matter, as Christian Simeone able to assist his jungler on the last kill of the fight. It's almost a clean sweep for a team. 4 kills for 0. Christian Simeone absolutely dominating from beginning to end with the help of Cargilly. Pretty much never under serious threat, but maybe that changes soon. He puts the tower down, but he's still going to take a lot of burst damage from the Galio. He manages to get away. Just one more auto to secure the kill. Finally, he's going to meet his demise at the hands of Galio. But that's a 7-kill Azir. Almost with the Liandry's torment completed. So right now, this shutdown doesn't really change the landscape of the game at all. As FMB looking for another pick, but yeah, they have to recognize they don't have a numbers advantage right now. Cargilly flashing away just to make sure that he doesn't give a kill away. And yeah, FMB playing this one nice and fast, taking advantage of the constant mid priority that they have and the poke damage that Christian Simeone is putting out. Pretty much all of this is because the Azir is just being such a nuisance inside of mid and forcing slashPause to respond. But now Martin Juicer King, he has red buff. He will just be able to strike down the Taric. That was not difficult at all. As, yeah, Renekton already has Eclipse and Black Cleaver, so plenty of armor shred, some percent HP damage on top of that. He's not the most fed, but he's still fairly strong. It's once again a very similar mid lane allocations here. Christian Simeone keeps the mid lane push as the dragon is about to spawn. It's 40 seconds only until the next one. Martin Juicerking takes his base. Chop the Farmer wants to get a pick at least onto Cargilly, but they have to watch out for Sazam on the flank. Cosmic Radiance comes out. They have to play defensive here. Christian Simeone putting out a lot of damage. Now he's going to scoop one of the members of slashPause. It's Viteric once again dying. Cosmic Radiance being used this early means slashPause just don't have the damage at all to keep this going. And you have to wonder, what was this about? Because Spores was not even in the fight to begin with, so what hope do you really have of winning? FMB knew that Zarya was not on the scene, so they were just completely free to keep the fight going, and they just win decisively. This is going to open up the Baron. And right after that, I think the Dragon is also going to fall next. We're not going to let slashPause get that for free. It is a little bit of a waste of tempo, you could argue, but, you know, putting that Dragon Soul for yourself feels like that is the larger priority. They still have all the teleports to play with here, so they could really spread the map wide. Try to play across multiple lanes, maybe even 3 lanes if they want to. It's going to be Viego taking the wave top. Zira and Gragas moving their way down mid. We'll see how many members actually are designated towards mid. Is Viego going to make a rotation at some point, or is he just going to continue pressuring top? Bull trying to scout out the area here. Argilia almost in a position to make a pick. Sazam going straight onto Viteric, and that's so much burst damage. He's just going to kill him where he stands. That's just how much damage that Viego has already. And once again, Taric without that Cosmic Radiance, looking at a gray screen. slashPause just not equipped to fight FMB at all, and this is just going to result in multiple towers being taken down. FMB feeling emboldened to keep things going. Spores getting caught by the Blitzcrank hook, and that is just going to be a quick death for the slashPause ADC. The picks keep coming in. FMB is an unstoppable war machine right now, as they are looking to secure another UNL win to close out the season. Cosmic Radiance now comes out, but it's not going to change a thing, as slashPause still have to retreat. The damage is still just not there for them at all. This top lane inhibitor is going to fall, and it feels like the beginning of the end. As all the while, FMB still have a bot lane presence with the Renekton, still having the teleport. Did not feel compelled to use it, so this is just FMB potentially taking every single structure that is still available. slashPause finally trying to force the fight, but Spores is taking so low before the fight even begins. Christian Simeone just poking everyone down. Now Martin Juicerking in the thick of things, tanking all that damage, now tanking the turrets, almost falls down, but for FMB, it will not matter. They still have all these Baron minions to push to the Nexus with. Christian Simeone actually is going to fall to the towers. Will it matter? Does FMB still have enough champions to finish this game? It looks like the answer is a resounding yes. Only the Nexus left standing and this bot lane inhibitor, but I don't think I don't think that's a structure that is required to win the game right now. It's just the Nexus left standing. The teleports used just for fun. FMB with a statement win to close out the regular season. slashPause unfortunately could not. go for this miracle run of 3 games in a row versus the top 3 in the standings.